y'all. So I wanted to get on here tonight to share my experience that I had with this lady. She actually reached out to me on, I think it was YouTube, and she reached out to me through Facebook. She found me on YouTube, but she reached out to me through Facebook, and she had a question about the business that I do and the products that I sell. So she asked for more information. So I sent her more information about the company, the business, and the products. And after she reviewed the information, she reached back out to me and she asked me, first question was, is this a legal and legitimate business? Because I see this business all the time and I know people or seen people making money in it, but I just don't, some reason she didn't think that it was real. So I'm like, if you're telling me that you see people, you just don't think it's real, what don't you believe? And she was like, well, I heard about these things before and I don't really know if you can really make money in these things. And I'm like, well, did you do your research? Because for me, if someone brought something to me and I kept seeing stuff, I would do my research on whatever it is, whether it be the industry or the company, just do your research. Because to me, if you do your research, it's plain out. Like if you look up a company or any company that you look up, you can literally see like the compensation plan of most of these companies anyway, and you can see how the money works. So if somebody's making money, then they're probably making money through the compensation plan. So what did they do to get the money in the compensation plan? What did they have to do? It shows you all of that in the compensation plan. So to make a long story short, she told me that, and then she went on to say, I explained to her the difference between, what a pyramid business is and a legal pyramid business is and what MLM is. So I was telling her a legal pyramid business is when you exchange money without, basically exchanging money without a product involved. So that's illegal in the United States. That's a scam. A scheme is when you basically say, join me, and then I'll, you give me 200, and then we're going to flip the money or make more money. That's basically illegal because you're exchanging money with no product involved. So I went on to tell her all that type of stuff. And she was like, oh, okay, that kind of makes a little bit more sense now because I've seen those too, where people, telling me that's this amount of money and I can get this amount of money. I'm like, yeah, well, technically that's illegal in the state of, not even Virginia, sorry, in the United States. So then she was like, well, I don't really not into selling either. That's just not my thing. If you actually listen to people will trip you out. So she said all that, and I'm just sitting there like, okay, well, if you've seen what I posted, I literally talked about the product. So obviously I'm, selling or pushing a product is what I, said in the video that you've seen, which was the initial reason that you even reached out to me. So she, was telling me she wasn't into selling and all of this and all of that. So I'm like, okay, well, maybe this isn't the opportunity for you, is what I told her. Because I told her I'm not necessarily looking for everybody. And to be honest, I'm not. So I told her that. And then she went on to say, oh, okay, well, thank you. She just said thank you. And I appreciate, for giving me the information and all that type of stuff. So I was just like, and then she also said that she was going to start her own business at some point as well. She wanted to sell clothes. She said she's really good at, ripping denim, and, she has some type of shirts with her own logo and hats and stuff like that. And I was like, you do know that if you do start your own business, it's still selling. You're going to have to sell your product, whether it be clothes, hair, lashes, whatever you do, you have to still sell and push your product. And she was like, yeah, but I feel like that'd be a little bit different. And I'm like, it's gonna be a little bit different. You still have to push the product. Why am I buying your clothes? Why am I buying whatever you're selling? You still have to, convince people to buy whatever you're selling. I don't care what business you do. Any business, you're technically selling or pushing something. And she was like, you know what, that kind of does make somewhat sense. But I guess she just thought her clothes was going to sell on its own or whatever like that. But then I was like, you do realize that when you're selling clothes, that at some point when I buy your t-shirt or whatever you say, I buy all your product, I buy your hat, your t-shirt, and your pants. Why would I come back to you if I have what you have? You have to reinvent yourself or create more products or whatever you're selling. So if I have this shirt, your main shirt, you have to create something else to make me want to buy something else. And you got to hope that I like whatever you recreated at that. So we went down that whole spiel, and she was just like, I'm going to really think about this and I'll get back to you. But I think this is, because I guess she likes the products. So she's tried the products from someone else before and she really liked the products, but she was thinking of the business side of it, but she didn't. I don't know why she didn't think that she would have to sell the product. Like, I don't know. But so I say all that. I just want to say people are funny. If you actually really listen to people, sometimes people need to really listen to themselves. And sometimes I do this. I can't even lie. Sometimes I do that too. But when I actually listened to her tonight and heard her say that, I'm like, you're basically answering a lot of your own questions. And it's people. let's make sure we all are listening to what we say. Sometimes when we listen to other people, we be like, I hope I don't sound like that. Because listening to her, I'm like, she must don't really hear what she's saying. So, in conclusion, listen before you speak, please. That's all I'm gonna say tonight.